What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Pops Griffin, and you know what it is when you hear my voice, Babyface Hills. We are in the house.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on. You already know we on the road to Backlash. Before I get too far in depth, let me introduce my crew. 2 out of my 4 guys with me. To my left, Menace Red.
Yo.
To my right, Ricky Bobby.
What's up?
Ricky Bobby, let them know what they need to do.
Like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you'll be notified every single time we post.
Every single time we post, we notice the views getting up there. Keep them coming. We know what we're talking about. 30 plus years of fanship here. I done told you already. Stop playing with us, man. We are the ones coming for the ones. But anyhow, not too much of me. You know I ain't going down no bunny trail just yet. I'm going to pass it over to our great one, the narrator, the MC, Red. Bring him up to speed.
Yo. So we back. Another great week of wrestling. Smackdown and Raw. Great. On the road to Backlash, hosted by Bad Bunny. We're about to jump into the Smackdown review for y'all. Of course, we're not going to go in order, but we're going to hit everything. So, this... Smackdown opened up with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn basically coming out, cut a promo. They get interrupted by the Bloodline. How'd you guys feel about that?
Oh, you want me to go first on this, Ricky Bobby? You already know. Ooh, you know what it is, man. Honoring Uso right here representing. Listen, man. This KO and Sammy thing ain't gonna last, man. I'm just telling y'all. So be prepared. All right, be prepared.
History says that they'll probably turn. Kevin will probably turn on Sammy at some point.
You keep saying the same thing.
My boys already called them out. They told them they gonna turn on each other. They told them. Listen, the Bloodline is running things,
and
man.
Sammy had the perfect rebuttal.
What did he say?
They said the same thing. Sammy said, and I loosely quote, "If you want to continue to shame me and ignore the cracks in the bloodline, then you do you."
He did say that.
He did say that.
That's true.
He got him. I mean,
he did say that.
He got him?
And Jay said nothing back because he knew he was right.
Listen, he don't gotta say nothing. They just gotta keep winning.
I mean,
the Bloodline is in control.
Well, we keep talking about SmackDown and Raw. We'll see how they've been losing, pretty bad. But that's neither here nor there. It was a nice promo, a good show opener for sure. I don't really know where this whole thing's going, especially with Riddle, but I'm entertained.
Yeah. Well, I think obviously it's gonna be Solo, Riddle, Usos, Sammy, and KO.
Right.
It's dope to see that Riddle jumped back into pretty much the main event scene, co-main event scene. He jumped right back in, and he hasn't lost a step really.
Yeah, still a fan favorite.
Still a fan favorite too. Yeah. So it's dope to see. Definitely a solid show opener. Next we got my boy Xavier Woods versus our other guy, LA Knight. How did you guys feel about this match?
I thought that after Mania or even that week before Mania that their little feud was gonna be over, but it's cool to still see Xavier Woods and LA Knight getting some sort of screen time. I think the way that it ended with the little roll-up pin that they're probably still gonna keep going, but I'm not I don't think it's like a A1 rivalry that they have going on, but I'm not really a hater of it. I think it's cool. It's good to see Xavier Woods in ring while there's no other storyline with the New Day at the moment.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's great to still, keep the mid-card guys up. Xavier Woods is pretty good in the ring, so I like that. I thought it was a good match, and I love, a typical New Day trick, right? LA Knight tried to pull the tights up. He gets caught, but then Xavier Woods throws him up, does the same exact thing, but he doesn't get caught, and he gets the win. So I thought that was great. And Xavier Woods was not done. He was not done for the night. He was still stirring up trouble. So, yeah, I'm feeling Woods right now.
Yeah, and after the match, Woods backstage goes to play his trumpet in Gunther's face. And that led to something completely different, like Pops just alluded to. How'd you guys feel about that Imperium Xavier Woods interaction?
It was a good interaction. Like I said, I think it's really interesting that they're continuing to keep Xavier Woods relevant without any New Day story. But next week, Gunther versus Xavier Woods, that match, I don't know. I think it should be a solid match. But I think that it was a very interesting crossover, not really expected one.
I think that match could go one of two ways. I think either Woods could get squashed to just prove Gunther's dominance, or it'll be a good match to show the range that Gunther has. Because Woods is not, he's not a high flyer, but he's not a powerhouse. He's a short, muscular dude, but he can run around too. You got to kind of catch him to beat him. So I think it'll be a good match.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good match. I like how he kind of interrupted them and messed up their focus, and Gunther told him, I'm going to beat respect into you. So it's pretty exciting, and he's still blowing the trumpet. He's still chanting, his new day. I like it, man. I think it's pretty cool. Obviously, I don't think he's going to win, but I think, like you said, Red, it could be a good match, and then, hey, Gunther wins, obviously, but as long as Woods can go out there and put on a good show, he's good TV right now.
Yeah. Okay. Just some super fan stuff. What if, because Gunther has a crew of 3 guys, what if Woods goes out, gets beat up, and Imperium starts jumping on him or whatever? Big E comes out, and Kofi comes out, and we got Imperium versus New Day, and Big E challenging, because Big E was a staple in the Intercontinental little thing they had going during COVID before he got injured, really.
Is Kofi injured at the moment, or?
I'm not too sure. I mean, I see him on commercials, but he could have an injury or surgery or something.
I wouldn't be opposed to. I think that would be very entertaining to watch.
I think that'd be good to show the range in all the parties,
and especially to get more of the backup guys in Imperium involved for sure.
Hey, fingers crossed, man. We haven't seen Big E in almost 2-3 years.
Yeah,
that's real.
So next we had the Judgment Day. They came out to address the WWE Universe. How'd you guys feel about this segment overall?
You want to go first? Or?
I mean, they just stop talking, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Queen of Darkness, Rhea Ripley. We give her props. But, just too much chatting right now.
Side note, real quick. How do you guys feel about Rhea being champion and
because I was
still being ringside for Dom in their matches?
I was just about to talk on that. I don't know. Like, I was just about to say, I feel like everything that the Judgment Day has going on with the LWO is kind of like it's overshadowing her reign. Like, it kind of still has her feel like that little side.
I don't think she should be a part of that, right?
A part of that, right? But I do think that her purpose being part of it is for her to feud with Zelina.
But she hasn't even had a match since WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's overshadowing the whole situation. I mean, I don't think she needs to break from Judgment Day, but I think that if they can still establish that there's separation, so she could still do her own thing. Because right now she doesn't feel like a champ.
Yeah. Which oddly enough, right, the Royal Rumble win, WrestleMania main event moment, beat the Queen,
right,
and now she's just a part of the crew on the side of the ring.
Yeah.
Which I mean, that whole thing that the Judgment has going on is really good, but I just think that it's overshadowing.
Judgment Day are involved in solo. They're involved in a few different storylines. As a group, they're involved in a few different storylines. So it's all good stuff. It's just for her to be the guy, quote unquote. Yeah. She's got to step out a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
But,
I agree.
Traction back on this. The Damian Priest set up a match versus him and Santos Escobar. How'd you guys feel about this match? How you guys feel about Judgment Day, LWO, all that?
I like I do like Priest, and I'm wondering with Judgment Day, who is the leader? Yeah, Rhea has the belt, but who is the leader? Originally, I thought it was Finn. It started like it's Damian Priest. So, I don't know. We'll see where that goes. But Damian looked good in the ring, man. He's their enforcer.
Right, enforcer.
He's vicious with it, and I buy it.
You buy it?
I buy that. I buy he has that mean streak to him. I do.
I do. But it's just, how serious can you take a guy who comes out in the boots, the tight leather? He's 7 feet with micro braids in his hair. He doesn't know if he wants to fly around or choke slam people. Yeah. It's just, I don't know if I get fully behind it.
Well, wait a second now. We have a guy in history, right? He's a great guy. The Dead Man, eyeliner, tall, leather. He didn't have the braids like that too much, but still,
the Undertaker was still to be a mythological character in a fighting sport. Undertaker still felt real. Even Kane felt real. He tights, a mask, a wig at one point.
I don't know. I think it's a stretch to try and compare his character to that.
I'm not comparing him to that, but I'm just saying that the height, the attire that he's wearing, you know, the viciousness to him. I'm saying that I can say that if they're trying to have him be that type of guy, the vicious one, the tall guy who, you know, beats people up, and I can see it, you know, but
I think he's great though. I think he's really good in the ring. He can even talk a little bit.
yeah,
It's just his gimmick. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's my disconnect. I don't really
Prince
get
Purple
it.
Rain kind of. I don't know.
But in match terms, it was a decent match. I'm still like, in terms of LWO, I want to know like the other guys' names. Like, I don't.
Yeah, Santos is head and shoulders above the rest of his crew, right?
Yeah. But into like every interaction that happened in that match with like the one Zelina and Rhea, the whole announce table like stuff, it was just entertaining. Like, it's good. It's entertaining. So I'm pretty in tune with that at the moment. Not too much negative things to say on that.
Yeah, after the match, we had a little hectic scene outside of the ring. Judgment Day attempted to put Santos Escobar through the announce desk. Rey Mysterio came out, kind of saved LWO, how they've been, you know, returning the favor to each other each week. Yeah. Dominic, of course, they're still going on, him and his dad. There's just a lot going on. Do you like how they did that? Are you guys like still intrigued in that storyline pretty much?
Yeah, and I think it's cool because it ties so much into what we're going to talk about on Raw. Like, it just, their whole flow and how they're working is really, really cool.
Yeah, I'm digging it, man. I like it a lot. I like how LWO and that whole crew, so Ray has a little crew with him. Everybody seems to be having a faction. You are right about Santos, though. He is head and shoulders above the rest of the crew. It's like Ray, then there's some notches down, then there's him, and then there's a whole lot of notches down.
I would say people know Zelina more than they know the other guys.
Oh, for sure. Because I don't know the two other guys' names. Like, I don't.
To be real.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, if you need a front man for the new Lucha, like what 2023 Lucha looks like in the Lucha crew, why not Santos Escobar? He's good.
He's good in ring,
He's good.
for sure.
He's
For
good.
sure.
Moving on. We got Bloodline action again. Late in SmackDown, match was set up Solo versus Riddle, and backstage the Wise Men, Paul Heyman, and the Usos pumping up Solo, letting them know what's expected of him, what the tribal chief expects of him, and Solo finally speaks, and he said, "Tell my tribal chief, I got this." Shook up Paul Heyman. How'd you guys feel about this?
Yeah, I was not. Honestly, I liked that he didn't speak for a while, and it just like. And honestly, I kind of would have preferred if he didn't speak for a little while longer, because as we've been talking about, he's building up, like, he's looking more of a force, especially with these solo matches.
Yeah.
No pun intended. But, no, I'm just kidding. But, I feel like if he still didn't talk for a little while and he continued to build up his dominance and a little bit more of a resume, when he finally talked, then it would be more of dominance. I still think it was cool when he talked now, and it kind of had everyone like, oh,
shook.
Like, yeah, everyone was like, they didn't have nothing to say. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I mean, Solo's my guy, man. I was happy he spoke. I was like, oh, snap, he talks. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then, you know, just to see Heyman get shook like that, you know.
Right.
It took me back to when Heyman used to roll around with the Beast. So I was like, okay, I like this. So I like that they're building Solo up like this. I think it's pretty cool. The Usos are there. They're gassing him up as well, too. But then they get shook and they're quiet, too. And they're his older brothers. Right. So, you know, it is pretty cool to see.
And all that kind of ties into each other. Like, first I want to say Solo is really snowballing right now. Like, Monday, Friday. He's been running through both shows, which is crazy. Like how you said, it reminds of Heyman and Brock. I don't know if you guys remember, Brock did a promo after a match, and he's like all adrenalined up, like sweaty, and Paul's with him, and and he gets like caught up on his words, like he starts choking in the promo. And he's like, "Paul, say something stupid," and Paul just said something. But Solo's definitely looking like a beast right now. I'm happy to see everything going on with him, and yeah, but like I was saying, his brothers look shook. Paul Heyman looks shook. Sometimes they can barely contain him from going back for more when the babyfaces get the advantage. It's definitely building up to be exciting, right? Up next, we had our new women's tag team champion, newly called up Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan, come out, address the universe, basically, happy to be champions. And they're interrupted by the team of Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. How'd you guys feel about this overall segment?
I mean, it was all right. I like Chelsea Green. I think she's good. Sonya Deville is good. But Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are the champs, man. It's a good-looking team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you could tell that, they're only going up. They're trending up. So, I think the match against, or whatever's going to happen with Sonya Deville and Chelsea Gray is kind of whack, because I'm like, to me, I can't see them dropping the belts to them or anything like that, if that's the case or that happens. But yeah, congratulations to them again for winning the Women's Tag Team Champions. And like I said, let's see what type of run they're going to go on and how long they're going to hold them.
Yeah, I like Liv and Raquel as the champs a lot. I think their team is very dynamic. I don't really think... Yeah, I agree with Pops. I don't think Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville are formidable opponents against them. I feel like when you watch a good rivalry, you want to feel as if even though this person's going to win, that the people who are challenging may have the chance at winning. And I feel like with this, if it becomes a rivalry, it doesn't. But they ended up getting into a mini fight, if I'm not mistaken. But it's cool. But I wish we had more marketable opponents for them.
Yeah, it's cool that Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green are those characters that are suck up to the boss or annoy the boss to the point where they get what they want, like Kurt Angle was in the beginning of the 2000s and stuff when he had hair. So that's cool, but I agree with you guys. I don't think that they should or they could beat Raquel and Liv. Maybe Raquel and Liv Morgan is one of those things where they have one of those reigns with 300 plus days or something like that. Because as of right now, Ronda and Shayna, maybe. I don't know who else.
Oh, I saw a thing the other day. Ronda's not clear to compete.
Man, she's not medically clear, right?
That's what we're talking about. We were talking about this on the last one.
Yeah,
Health.
if you can't stay healthy, they're not putting the belt on.
Not putting, and
how big your name is.
I mean, they did for Lita.
They did do that for Lita, but that was more so for Becky Lynch, I think. But nonetheless, the next challengers for the women's tag team championships are Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville, and they can wrestle. It's just they can't really hang with Raquel and Liv right now.
Yeah, I think they're good wrestlers. They're just characters aren't really
Yeah. Hey, we had the return of our guy, King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. And he returns versus Madcap Moss. How did you guys feel about that?
When I heard he's coming back, I was very excited.
Right.
Been a Shinsuke stan forever. But with the match against Madcap Moss, everybody you could have gave him as a comeback match, you give Madcap Moss.
Bro, Shinsuke versus LA Knight would be
that would be good. So that's what are we doing? But other than that, I'm happy that he's back. I really am curious to see maybe he gets drafted on I don't know, maybe him and Gunther could be a good match. I don't know, but I want to see him get into something big, because a lot of people that they brought
Gunther would have been good.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people that they brought back recently are getting into mid card. But what's the point of bringing someone back with a nice welcome back just for them to be mid card? They should have a little push. So I feel like he should be seen for maybe Intercontinental United States.
Bro, Shinsuke Royal Rumble winner, Money in the Bank winner, WWE champ. Why, they should have just saved him for the draft, let his music hit, because when his music hit, when he came back against Madcap Moss, the people were going crazy. They were singing how they sing for Seth and Cody. Why bring him back versus Madcap Moss, a guy who's not even on TV every week?
Yeah.
So, I'm glad he's back. He should have never been out. Okay, let's just say that, but at least he's back. So that's a good thing. I'm with you guys. I would have liked to see him in the ring with a more formidable opponent. But with that being said, what has he been doing since he's been away? You know what I'm saying? I think if we've learned anything is that sometimes bringing somebody back just because of their namesake, you know what I'm saying, don't mean they gonna put on a show if they ain't been able to really put. If they haven't, I shouldn't say that if they're not able or they have, but if they haven't been training and been doing certain things, you put him in a ring with Gunther, yeah, certain things are going to be instinctive to him. But in some things, he may just get rolled over because he just hasn't been in there. Timing and things like that could be off. So, again, I don't know exactly what he was doing while he was away. It was good to see him. I'm glad he's back. And I'm looking forward to him easily getting back in the mix of things and easily, acclimating himself. But I think you have him go against a guy that, clearly he's going to beat. Few minutes just to show that he still got some of his stuff in the tank. Let the fans see enough. Let the fans sing along. And then, boom, y'all know he's back. Draft is coming up soon. But I'm with you, Red. It would have been a better idea. Draft night, His music comes on. Blue light, red light, wherever he's going, right? And that would have been so much better than just to have him come out and do this. But I do wonder if, behind the scenes, is it a thing of, hey, let's make sure he can actually still do what he was doing before he left.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I don't at the same time because I feel like in ring he looked good. Like he looked how he normally looks in ring, like before he left. So I get that, but I don't. I feel like, just for entertainment.
You felt like he looked exactly how you didn't think anything was off a little bit.
No, I didn't say exactly. I just think he looks good. Most people when they come back, they don't look exactly the same as they were running back 2 years ago, but I think that he looked good in ring. Wasn't like as much. I'll say it wasn't as much of a letdown as when everyone was so hyped to see John Cena back in against Austin Theory, and he didn't look bad in the ring.
I would say the reason why it wasn't a letdown though is because of his opponent.
Madcap, and it wasn't WrestleMania.
You get what I'm saying? Versus if you put him in there with Gunther, you put him with one of the guys that we're saying, hey, should be in line to get a shot at Gunther or a shot at the U.S. title over there with Theory, then he can't come in there and not look good. They both got to look good.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like if we're gonna test him, see where he's at, maybe his stamina not all the way there or whatever. Give him Gable, give him LA Knight, guys that have
LA Knight would have been great.
7-minute matches, action packed, good, but it's good match quality. Like Madcap Moss, he's if I'm not mistaken, like he's a former football player trying to be a wrestler. He's friends with Pat McAfee. Like he's just not a guy.
I don't even know the last time he was actually on TV.
Madcap Moss,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I don't know unless he was on TV except.
Or he's Baron Corbin's friend or something like that. Like I don't understand.
Hey, Vince is back, baby. That's all we can say. Vince is back. That's another one of Vince's tricks.
It would have been nice though if it was like a random LA Knight promo how he does and Shinsuke's music just hits.
Yeah. But LA Knight just took it out earlier. They had already had that, set it up a week ago. So.
That's what I'm saying. Gable though, somebody like that, like to. But to continue, let's go. We had the Viking Raiders, a team that pleasantly surprised me.
Told you.
Attacked the team of Strokeshay, Braun Strowman, and Ricochet. And Ricochet took the hard bump, was put through the table. How did you guys feel about this?
They savages, bro. They straight savages, man. Listen, man. Other than my brothers, my honorary ones, the Vikings. I like the Vikings a lot.
The Street Profits like that? Excuse me.
Shout out to my boy Montez. Highlight for it all day, every day. He know what it is. But at the end of the day, just keep it 100. Usos, my guys, greatest of all time in the tag team division. And I like the Vikings right now. I don't see the Street Profits in longevity because I see my boy Montez highlight Ford in the bright lights at some point with some type of goal.
I get that. We're talking about longevity. The Viking Raiders been in and out for a minute. Let's not forget that the Profits are former tag champs and they were rocking like that for a minute. They've been together for a minute and they've been in tag talks for a minute. I feel like the Viking Raiders come and go very often, but I feel like, we're talking about longevity. It's very disrespectful to Montez and Angelo Dawkins.
They're not putting the gold on Montez and Angelo.
They're not putting the gold on the Viking Raiders either, so I guess we're at the same stuck point.
But I want to make that point, though. Of this, we got a tag team feud that's not around the belts,
yeah,
and it's still interesting. So that's like peak wrestling. That's when you know wrestling is good. When there's interesting feuds and divisions that don't. Even the Xavier Woods LA Knight thing. Yeah. It's not for a title, not attached to anything, but it's still, solid stuff.
That's how I want to know. Like, I'm trying. Like, when are these tag teams going to get split up? Because Ron and Ricochet have been looking very good tag team terms as well. So I feel like I don't know. I just feel like a lot of tag teams have been looking good ever since the titles have.
And the Street
been
Profits
united.
won the 4-way at
Yeah.
Mania, so they should. If there's a draft, split the titles
Well,
up.
they won the 4-way, right? And then they had the first shot at KO and Sammy, and they lost.
Oh yeah, they did. That's whack though. Why would they win and then have just a throwaway match on Raw? You know they're gonna win. They just won the title.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Vince. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say on that one. Shout out to Vince. But I will say this though is that I like the idea of the feud going on and there's no belts involved. That makes the tag team division interesting. But again, the ability to go out and say, fine, y'all may not be the champs, right? But if y'all in our division, y'all in our way. So we gonna take y'all out. Respect to the Viking Raiders for that, man.
Yeah, that's definitely tough.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely tough.
Braun ain't doing that, and he should be doing that because he's supposed to be the monster among men. So they should be destroying everybody and waiting in the ring like, yo, when KO and Sammy get in here, they got to see us.
True.
And they ain't doing that.
Yeah, I do like that from the Viking Raiders. I'm excited to see where that goes, in all honesty. Up next, we got main event. Our guy, main event Solo Sikoa, man. He's been in main events. He's been opening shows. He's been having big segments in the middle of the shows. Representing that bloodline versus Riddle in the main event on SmackDown. How'd you guys feel about this match?
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely take the lead on that. You already know, honorary one. Shout out to the Enforcer, a.k.a. Solo, a.k.a. the next one. I'm telling y'all. Listen, it was fun. It was great to see Riddle back in there, obviously doing what he does. You know, I call him the Jungle Boy. You know, he's just all over the place, jumping around, barefoot out there, looking crazy.
That's funny. There's a wrestler in AEW. He's smaller than Riddle, but I think he doesn't wrestle barefoot either. But they have like the same attire. They do the same kind of stuff.
I can't believe he wrestles barefoot. And I mean, people have done it, obviously, but it's like he's like really loyal to it, bro. He's walking around all day, so it's kind of cool. But again, you know, the Samoan Spike succeeds, man.
Yeah.
Solo is looking like it doesn't matter what's going on. Not only is he gonna beat you up, but after he beats you up, he gonna beat you up some more. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna get his hand raised, and then he trying to put you out.
He flipped the table on Riddle. He's just unhinged, man.
Yeah, he did really bad.
The match was good. I feel like every time there's like a solo match or like just a match that has the Usos in general, it's always like it's the same ending with KO and Sammy come out and they brawl. Like I feel like that's been like the stand for the past 3 weeks. It feels like. Yeah. Like I feel like it's repetitive. I feel like every time it's that type of match, they just come out and they brawl, like for the last 2 minutes of the show, and then it cuts. So I feel like that's a little getting repetitive. Solo was looking better in ring for sure. I just think it's interesting that they had a match because they are going on the storyline that Solo had injured Riddle. So I thought overall it was a cool match, and it's very exciting to see how it's gonna further continue in these next few shows.
Yeah, and in other news, we got confirmed that the SmackDown before Backlash in Puerto Rico, that the Usos will be taking on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the Tag Team Championships. WrestleMania rematch.
Talk that talk.
Why is that before?
Why is it before Backlash?
Like, why is that not after
I don't know.
Backlash?
Something big might be happening. Something big might be happening after.
Yeah,
Who knows?
But the Wise Man, you know, spoiler alert, crew. You know what's gonna happen. They going into Backlash with them belts back. That's what's gonna happen.
It's a bold accusation.
They're going into Backlash with the belt backs. Spoiler alert. The Wise Man is my guy.
Your last like 3 spoiler attacks have not been A1, but all right.
Don't be
Hey, I'm excited to see where it goes. Anyway, it goes because this bloodline thing is gonna continue to go, and Solo's gonna continue to go. And waiting to hear from Roman Reigns. No match on Backlash yet. That's odd, but that's it from us on SmackDown. Griffin Family Entertainment Network, something like that. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, sub. Wrestling has more than one royal family, but we them ones. Y'all take it easy.